Well, when you were a young skydiver, you always look up to Joe Kittinger because he's the one who set the benchmarks. When I was 16 years old, I started skydiving because it was a childhood dream. And a couple years later, you always look up to that guy who did the highest, fastest, and longest free fall.
What did you tell her?
Well, my mom is always, like a mother is. She can be 43 years old and she's still worried about her son. So she did not like the idea, but also when I was 16 years old and I decided to become a skydiver, she did not like the idea. And then later on, she trusted me. 10 years after I started skydiving, I started to become a base jumper. Again, she said, you really have to do this because you did so many crazy things in your life. You should not become a base jumper. Same thing again, I became a base jumper. I did it very professional. I really respected the nature. I was not doing stupid things. I was always trying to minimize the risk, and that was very convincing to my mom. Well, if I look back, I think the most dangerous part was all the test jumps, all the testing, because you have an idea, you discuss this idea with all the scientists, and then you try to figure out if it works, So to me, that time of the project was way more dangerous than the actual jump. Well, we always anticipated that I might spin because we did 2 test jumps before I went for the big one. Test jump number 1 has been done from 22 kilometers. So when you step off, I slowly felt over. It was a little over rotation. I was almost laying on my back. I saw the capsule one more time, and then I came out and started flying. That took about 5 seconds to recover. On the next test jump from 30 kilometers, I did the exact same thing, and before I came out, or actually when I came out, it already took 16 seconds. So 3 times longer to recover, because there's a lack of air up there. The air is so thin, it's not supportive anymore. So now the next goal was going up to 39 kilometers, and that's easy for us to anticipate that it's going to take a lot more time until you have supportive air to recover. So this kind of this period of time is you're kind of helpless. You cannot use your skydiving skills to control the air. And if you fall down on the actual jump from 39 kilometers, I fell down for about 22 seconds, and then I start spinning, because at that moment I hit a thick layer of air with almost 1,350 kilometers an hour. And if you dive in that thick layer of air, if you're not 100% symmetric with your body position, you start spinning. (1,355 kilometers an hour). Well, the sad part of the story is that you don't really feel that speed because you have no indication. Because normally when you drive on a highway, you can see things passing by really fast. That's the indication of speed, or a lot of noise, or your suit is flapping. I had none of these signs, and when I opened my parachute, first of all, I was happy that everything went well, but I was still not sure if I broke the speed of sound. But when I landed, there was a person who said, "Hey, I heard your supersonic boom." Never heard that question before. Well, everybody keeps asking me what's next. I always said if this is over and I'm successful, I have to retire, because I don't think it makes a lot of sense to go back to base jumping, because I already felt before I was doing Red Bull Stratos, I'm kind of reached my peak. It's not that satisfying anymore. And so base jumping is not an option unless I do it private, but not as an extreme athlete traveling around the world like I did before. And second, I cannot top this one, because the next big number would be traveling twice as fast as the speed of sound. Thank you very much. That's a big honor. I'm really happy that people voted for that, and they see me as an adventurer, because this is what I see as well. And I want to say thank you, and I really enjoy the award.